What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and we need to talk about AMC and Sundial stock because both of these stocks are down 5% or more. And while there's no direct reason why they're down today, there is a reason that has been contributing to their fall over the past couple of months. And it's not the kind of stuff that you typically think of, right? It's not necessarily more shorts coming in, although we will look at the short interest. It's this kind of stuff. It's these kinds of articles that people write about these stocks that try to convince people to sell. And we're going to look at a couple of these articles, and some of them have these hilarious titles like Avoid Sundial Growers Stock Like the Plague. Another one, Sundial Growers Running Out of Time to Avoid NASDAQ Delisting, and then is written in a somewhat bearish way. And guess what? It did end up avoiding the NASDAQ delisting. There are a lot of these scare tactic articles that are written that try to scare people out of stocks. Another one, 4-pot stocks to avoid like the plague in 2022. They really like comparing these cannabis stocks to the plague, I guess. I guess because we're living in a pandemic, they think that that's something that's going to scare people. And the gist of these articles, it's all kind of the same thing. They kind of just bash these stocks. They bash the fundamentals. They say that they've been beaten down from their highs a ton and that they're not going back up. Another instance, more related to AMC, one beaten down stock that's a great buy right now. That sounds good until you read the rest, and one that isn't. And guess which one isn't? It's AMC stock, all right? There is a lot of these kinds of articles out there, and you can see the one that they're talking about being a great buy, being Fiverr. The one that they wouldn't buy is AMC. And a lot of these stocks, I think, are getting pushed down potentially a lot farther than they should be. I think that AMC in particular, as well as Sundial, have been hurt dramatically over the past couple of months, just in part because of people selling out of fear, right? I think a lot of people are getting worried, and it doesn't help that when they read these articles, they get even more fearful. They see all the negative things surrounding these stocks, all the worry, and not the real worry, like how they're potentially being manipulated by shorts and whatnot, but the fake worry that people use, the FUD, essentially, that they use to try to get people to sell out. Another one, AMC stock showing improvement, but still way overvalued. That's the kind of stuff where people who wrote this article probably don't understand why people are valuing AMC the way they are, right? They're not valuing it based off of the fundamentals. No one's buying into AMC, or at least very few people are buying into AMC expecting movie ticket sales to crush expectations this quarter, or expecting them to make $1 zillion off of their NFTs. While they could make some money off the NFTs, they could make some money off the movie ticket sales. People are more so hoping for the mother of all short squeezes and whatnot, right? They're hoping for the overall movement to bring the stock up, not the fundamentals, not so much with AMC at least. Another one, share the AMC insanity. Ape cult hits its last stand as stock falters. Now, the interesting thing about this article is it was written on February 5th at 9:54 p.m. And if you actually look at where was AMC stock, February 5th, 9:54 p.m., it was actually right here. So they pretty much caught very close to the bottom of where AMC stock ended up going. And after they published this, AMC proceeded to go down a couple of percentage points for the next couple of hours and then had over 33% upside. So, I mean, it really goes to show they don't know all that much about these stocks, right? They published this article and the next thing you know, up 33%. So, kind of crazy stuff. And a lot of these articles, maybe those people are shorting. Who knows what they're up to? Maybe they have friends who are shorting. And it wouldn't surprise me to see, I mean, especially with AMC, it looks like we've just perpetually been increasing in short interest over time. In fact, if you look at it, we're currently at an all-time high short interest of almost 112 million shares, at least as reported by Ortex, 21.82% of the free float, and that is up 1% today. So a bunch of new shorts coming in, and we are once again at all-time highs if you look right here. Throughout the entire history of AMC. So it's crazy to see that more and more shorts are just piling in, that more and more of these articles are just coming out. And same kind of thing for Sundial, right? They'll cling to anything to push Sundial down. Although I will point out that the short interest on Sundial has been decreasing, actually. We're actually near the lows of the year, right? We're getting pretty darn close. We're down now to the lows since June, not July, since June. So we're at pretty low short interest on Sundial historically. Over the past couple of months, it's been much higher than this, but we're still at 245 million shares short, and there's still a bunch of people who are against these stocks. And the reason that I'm making this video is I want to explain that a lot of these articles are more FUD-based articles and a strategy for dealing with them, because I know that some people are certainly reading these articles, 4 pot stocks to avoid like the plague in 2022, and then Sundial is the second one right here. People are probably reading this and are getting worried and potentially are selling their shares. And a strategy that I've used to deal with that kind of thing, to not be worried in the markets, to not care if the stock is moving down on any given day, is to have a well diversified portfolio, right? I don't want to have all of my cash invested in one stock or two stocks or three or even four stocks, because then when those stocks are going down, it is a massive drag on my overall portfolio. I get worried that I might be holding something that's no good if it just keeps tanking and tanking and tanking. I get worried about it because that is, at a certain point, a somewhat personal thing to have your entire net worth tied up into just a couple of stocks. And so it does worry me a bit if that were ever the case for me, right? I don't do that anymore because it does worry me, and I might end up selling when it might not be the best option to sell, right? So I do like to have a more diversified portfolio and be less worried day to day what's going on with the stock price. That way, if you have 10 to 20 stocks and you're pretty well diversified into different industries and different plays, if something goes down on any given day, you're not nearly as worried. If it goes up, that's great. If it goes down, fine, so be it. And that's a strategy that I found that really helps deal with these FUD-based things, because I know that a lot of people are probably reading this stuff day to day. I mean, they're just pumping it out constantly, showing it to whoever will look. And then they're slapping it on, Investor Place as if it's really big news. And what is this? The Motley Fool. As if these are really big publications right here and are to be trusted for pot stocks to avoid like the plague. I think that a lot of people get scared by that. So I think it's important to say that having a well-diversified portfolio can definitely help out. And that is the main point of what I wanted to get across today. One, don't listen to the FUD. Two, you should have a diversified portfolio and not be too worried about the day-to-day swings in these stocks. Now, obviously, that's your choice to make. It's not financial advice. It's just my opinion on the matter, and it's just what I think. So if you guys enjoyed, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Other than that, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.